with harmonies divine design.
Hello, 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 and welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. My name is Michelle Anantua. I am co-owner of Harmonies Divine Design, where I work alongside the amazing T Weaver. At Harmonies Divine Design, we assist entrepreneurs get out of that stuck place. So whether you're just beginning or you've been on your journey for a little bit and you kind of hit a wall, we're here to assist you. So we do this by one-on-one business coaching, online classes such as this one, as well as products and services to help you streamline your workflow. So tonight we're going to be discussing business fundamentals. And one thing that, okay, so I'm just going to explain my teaching style a little bit. I am a fairly laid back teacher. I am not super stuffy. I like interaction. I like conversation. And the reason for that is because it better assists me to know exactly what it is you guys are looking for, where your stuck point is, so that I can better assist you. Okay. So we have an amazing group of people here. For my mods this evening is my wonderful midweek mindset co-host, Miss Kim James, and my moderator for Teaching Tuesday, Miss Kristen Dion. So they'll be helping me out this evening. So if you guys have any questions or anything while we're talking, and I might miss it, that you put it in the chat, they're here to help me out. Okay. Um, but what I did wanted to ask you guys is if you don't mind sharing, and you could put your hands up because we do have a pretty nice size class. What attracted you to this class? Bree?
Um, Basically you, for one. But I'm interested to see how to structure um, from literally starting from ground zero. I know it's going to be a little bit different because I'm in Canada,
Mhm.
but I kind of just want to see what the basics are instead of, just running in and starting.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Awesome. Okay. Janice?
I think I've always been stuck on LLC. Do I need an LLC? Do I not need an LLC? Do I need a DBA? What do I need? And what's the truth behind that thing? Because you hear so many different stories,
Right.
and I just been stuck there.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Nikki said free. I can understand that too. That's not a problem at all. All right. Stephanie says proper structure tips. All right. All right. Knowledge. Absolutely. Absolutely. I always feel like there's something more I can learn or don't know about, especially since I've had to learn things on my own. So I'm curious. Okay. All right. So now I am curious by chance, because I went to college for business administration and things like that. Um, is there anybody else with that type of knowledge or maybe even background that may have studied business at another point? Yes, no. And you can put it in the chat too if that's more comfortable for you. There's no problem at all.
I studied business in college 100 years ago.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's way different from when you study it in a this like the formal forum, right? And especially during college. Like I said, I have a business administration background. So yes, I have the knowledge about it, but it's different when you have to start applying it because you gotta dust some things off in your brain and in them research books. So I get it. I get it. So I'm just gonna check the chat really quick. Stephanie, I feel you. A whole MBA collecting dust and interest. Well, we gonna make sure that we get your business up and running so you could deal with the interest part and shake off the dust. We got you covered. That's fine. That's fine. All right. Oh, no problem, Nikki. Well, thanks for stopping in. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, business in school a bit, but definitely not the same. Advertising in college, UX design for 2 years full time. Okay. All right. So I pretty much ask these questions so I can, like I said, gauge where you guys are at when it comes to business, because I don't want to step too far ahead and I don't want to be too below. But what I'm going to discuss today is two things. So we're going to share some details. I'm going to share some details with you guys in regards to business. I do have a presentation for you, and I'm going to give you a little bit more information about the series that I have coming up for March, which is basically the business fundamentals. So let me go ahead, share my screen. Presentation isn't too long. So let me go here. And Janice, before I start, did you still have a question or you just didn't lower your hand? No worries. All right, so let me go ahead, bring this up. And we can go. So Business 101 is pretty much the topic that we are going to be covering in the month of March. And I wanted to really dig deep and go with the fundamentals, because many times, again, we hear so many different stories of what we should do, what we shouldn't do, how our business should run, how it shouldn't run. And really and truly, we may not have a clear roadmap of what it actually takes to run our businesses. All right, so this is the reason why I wanted to go ahead and dig into the fundamentals. So, of course, hello again, I am Michelle Anantua. So we chatted in regards to my background. And I just wanted to let you guys know where I come from in regards to the workforce. So I have done a whole ton of administrative work. And with doing administrative work, I've always found it rewarding because I was able to identify matters within companies that served as bottlenecks, whether it be management, whether it be a procedure. I was able to sit there and be that person and be like, yeah, so we might want to change that. And when it comes to me as a business coach, it's really rewarding to assist you guys with helping really bring your vision to life. And I feel like Kim right there, because that's her hook for her for her business. But it's really true. As a business coach, it's about really helping you guys and identifying your, not just identifying your vision, but really putting action towards making it happen. Okay. So what to expect about the fundamentals? So we're going to talk about common mistakes. When it comes to business, there's things that we hear, okay, start a business, and it's a great idea. But where exactly do we start? Like Janice said earlier, do I get an LLC? Do I not get an LLC? Do I get an EIN? Do I not? So the main thing about this is I want to provide you guys with instruction that will assist you in not just understanding business, but to understand how to properly establish your business so that within you fall in the guidelines where you are located. So your state, or in Bree's case, even her country, making sure that she follows suit with what it is that's there. So the fundamentals is pretty much a very basic blanket, and it's a foundation for your business. All right. So next, so I did notice, I'm gonna stop the share really quick. I did notice that some of you guys had a business idea that you weren't necessarily sure of how to bring it out. So if someone wouldn't mind, you could either drop it in the chat or raise your hand. Let me know just an idea of what that looks like for you, what your business idea looks like. Okay, a podcast. Awesome. Awesome. I love it. So I can understand, especially with trying to create the idea of a podcast, you really would want to know if, you know, because it is a podcast, does it still follow along the same guidelines as a traditional business? Well, I'll tell you this. If you want to monetize any service that you provide, that's a business. Anytime you want to trade your gift for monetization, that's a business. Okay. So whether it be podcasting, digital marketing, creating digital products, it could be something, a physical or tangible effort. It's a business. So one thing that I want you guys to start thinking about is those wonderful visions and dreams that you have for yourself of what you will possibly be doing or are doing. That is indeed a business. Okay. So thank you for sharing, guys. So let me go back to my presentation. All right. So let me move. Zoom's in my way. There we go. All right. So why does business knowledge matter? Well, for one, in the first year of business, 20% of businesses fail. And I double checked the statistic. This statistic has been steady since the 1990s. And the main reason is poor planning. Okay. And then to even, couple that, 60% of businesses fail within their first 10 years. So when it comes to businesses closing like that, or stopping or folding or whatever it may be, one of the main issues that it resulted from was poor planning. And that is one thing about running a business and and this is a topic Kim and I have been discussing, well, we'll be discussing this month, is having that CEO mindset. So working from a CEO mindset means that you are not just having the vision, but you are also creating steps and tasks that will help you towards that vision. Okay. Next, I'm going to discuss with you guys the 3 success pillars and the key elements to building a strong foundation for your business. All right. And lastly, knowledge is power. And we have heard that line time and time again, but it really is, especially when it comes to business, because the more knowledge you have about how your business is supposed to operate, what type of business structure you're supposed to have, your operations, it helps you ultimately avoid costly mistakes down the line. All right. So one thing as a business owner, we are always learning, we are always growing, and we are always changing. And one thing I say about our businesses, it is a true reflection of ourselves. So if you are a person that is constantly in a space of learning, then your business has the potential of constantly growing because you are always going to be finding ways to innovate what it is that you do and that you are passionate about. All right, so here goes the business fundamentals that I was speaking about. So the first is value exchange. So a business provides goods or services that solves a problem. Now, when it comes to our businesses, we want to make sure that we are an asset to our customers. We're providing them with an experience, and we're also providing them with a solution. Okay. So that value exchange, it works on multiple ways within your company. Next is profitability. So profit equals revenue minus expenses. Now, excuse me, when it comes to your business, your finances, you want to make sure that your business can pay for itself. So what does that mean? In a digital space, as we all know, we have a bunch of subscriptions just to operate our businesses. And in order to say that we are actually retaining profit, profit would be the leftover amount once our bills are paid. Okay. So we want to make sure that we are producing so our business can take care of itself and then ultimately take care of us. Okay. Next is problem solving. So successful businesses address customer needs effectively. And what this looks like is Number one, your customer service. So the experience that you have with your customer is so important. It could be a question that you may have received 100 times, but even though you receive that one question 100 times, it comes from 100 different people, and each person should have the same positive experience from your interaction that anyone else has. So also, excuse me, my allergies are acting up. So your business is really and truly at the end of the day bigger than you. It really is bigger than you. It may be your vision, it may be your baby, but just like our children, they will eventually grow up and leave the nest one day. You want your business to be able to grow, sustain itself, and multiply. Same kind of connotation. Oops, went too fast. All right, so the foundation of business success. Ooh, can't talk tonight. The first, growth and marketing. So attracting and retaining customers. Exactly how are you putting yourself out there? How are people knowing that you are a business that exists? Number one. Number two, how do people know that you offer a product or a service that will assist them? How are you looking to grow your business? What do you ultimately see, excuse me, to become of your business? All right. Number two, operations and profitability. How businesses generate revenue. So, how exactly are you going to make money in your business? What is it that you're going to offer to the people that is going to, again, start having your business pay for itself? All right. And structure and foundation, choosing the right business model. Choosing the right business model that's a little deeper conversation when we're talking about LLCs, S Corps, C Corps, partnerships, what exactly that looks like. Why are they needed? And as we go through this series within March, I'm going to be taking a deeper dive into these topics and really helping you guys understand why these are so essential when it is to building a strong foundation for your business. So here's an example of some business structures. So just what's the right business structure? How do we know? Well, for instance, a freelancer is somebody that goes from company to company operating as their self. They are their business. What they provide to you is their service and their good. So they are typically registered as a sole proprietor because it is just them. They don't have a staff. There's not they are the managing member because they are the main source. All right. So a tech startup, or even as we're working in our digital stores, we need to have an LLC structure, or depending on how much you are making in, you may qualify to be a corporation. So that's something that we're going to take a deeper dive in how exactly we have it. But I will say this, if you have an idea for a business, even if it's an idea, even if you didn't even put it together yet, make it an LLC, or at least get the EIN number for it, so you can start your path towards building your business. All right. Another example is a family-owned restaurant. So a family-owned restaurant will actually often be established as a partnership, because many times with a brick and mortar, there is more than one investor within that business. Especially if it's a family-owned restaurant, it could be the family that put up a portion, and it could be a private investor that put up another. So partnerships is also a business structure. And when it comes to that, you need to know how exactly you want to structure that partnership. So are they just an investment partner? Are they an active partner? That's definitely something that you want to consider as well. And when it comes to partnerships, making sure that everybody is in agreement with what it is that their roles intend. Okay. And again, they can also be registered as an LLC as well. All right. So, how are some ways that we can actually avoid mistakes within our business? And not just any mistakes, but costly mistakes. Well, the first is wrong structure. So, not choosing the right business structure early can lead to legal issues. And the reason that can occur is because, number one, main word, taxes. If you have the wrong structure, you may be paying the wrong amount of taxes to the government. I don't know about y'all, but I'm good on that. So, one thing that I would advise, even if you don't know what structure you're supposed to file underneath, call. Uh, one thing that I will say is consult an attorney or even consult a CPA because they might be able to assist you as well, depending on what it is that you're doing. All right. Another thing is ignoring your numbers. So we have to keep track of our expenses, all of these subscriptions for operations, because that's pretty much what we have. We have to keep track of how much money we are actually sending out for the business. Okay. And understand that, you know, have a budget for your business. How much are you actually going to spend in these subscriptions? Look at your subscriptions and see which ones you can cut off that you don't effectively use. But no matter what it is, you definitely want to know your numbers, especially when it comes to your expenses for your business. Another mistake is no marketing strategy. For some of us, we have the idea, but we don't know, who exactly our audience is. Or we might have an idea of our audience, but it might be a broad idea. So we really don't know how to communicate with who it is that we're talking to. So not having a clear marketing strategy and not being able to identify your audience creates a bottleneck because you don't know which way to move because you're not receiving feedback on what it is that you're doing. All right, so what exactly are we going to be talking about for Business 101? So week one, which kicks off one Saturday, we are going to be talking about our business foundation. So what makes your business work effectively? What exactly is a business and how is that set up? Week two, that's when we'll deep dive into the business structure. So we're going to be talking about those LLCs, sole proprietor. What are the differences? Why does it matter which we choose? All right. In week three, we're going to dive into business operations. So how businesses generate sustainable revenue. What are some things that you can actually put in place for your business now that could create a consistent revenue stream for you? All right. And then week four, growth and scaling. So building for long-term business success. Here, we're going to actually sit down and talk about what exactly you want your business to do. What do you want it to look like? How do you want it to operate? What is your vision that you see for your business as you continue to grow? Within the class, there'll be workbooks and templates and things like that that will help you guys not just have to sit in class, but actually put some of these things into practice. Okay. So what is this looking like? So I'm gonna go ahead and stop my share for a second. So for the month of March, like I said, I am putting together, I have put together a 4-week series. And this is really a series that I put my love into because, like I said in the beginning, I want you guys to be able to really understand what a strong foundation for your business looks like, and gain the knowledge. So that way you are operating, one, legally, and two, with confidence. Because when you gain the knowledge and you know what it is you're talking about, you feel confident. So you're going to treat your business more confidently. Okay. So this is at the moment where you're going front into that CEO mindset, right? Because now you're starting to think of your business more and bigger than just being a hobby, just being something you like to do. Now you're putting that mindset of, okay, I have to take action. I have to step forward now. Like, or better yet, what you're doing is growing beyond what you anticipated. And that's also a possibility. So now you have no other choice. Like, oh, I think I really need to do something with this. Either way, this is what this series is about. So I'm gonna go ahead, share my screen really quickly. Oh my goodness, my allergy is kicking in. So rude. All right, so this is the class that's coming up. This is Business 101, Build Your Knowledge and Confidence. So again, this is the class that will be discussing further about the fundamentals and taking a deeper dive into it. So what exactly will you learn? So this is crafted with one goal in mind, to empower you guys to build a solid foundation in the world of business. I understand that it can be very confusing. There is, we might hear something and it could be misleading, but I'm going to actually sit down and give you guys the structure of what that looks like to build a strong foundation for your business and how it will operate. Okay, so this is just a preview of the curriculum, like I stated before. So week 1, getting started with business. What is business? The business structures and the type of entities. Week 3, we're going to be diving into business operations and business plan essentials. So what exactly does your business plan look like? How do you even start writing a business plan and getting it from being an idea to an actual business? And then 4, scaling your business. So talking about ways that you could grow your business. So whether you are someone that is already established or whether you are someone that is starting out, we're going to talk about strategies that both parties could actually use to get them moving within the direction that you guys are looking forward to. So of course, it does come with pricing. And it's broken down into 3 different tiers. So the first tier is the business fundamentals. That's $47. So that provides access to the live classes, all 4 classes. And also you get access to bonuses shared. However, you will not get the replay. So this is just for live attendance. All right, next is 97. This includes all 4 classes as well. You will have access for 30 days up to the replay. You'll also get the workbooks, the checklists and guides that are used, and other goodies that I have in store for you guys. As well as after the course, I will hold an exclusive Q&A session so we could sit down and chit chat about what it is that you learned. If you have any additional questions after class, how we can follow up and things of that nature. All right, and private community access for networking and support. That is actually a separate Facebook group that I run that I am currently in the process of growing and building with entrepreneurs such as yourself. So that is the community that it's talking about. All right. And lastly is business fundamentals. So it's currently priced at $497, but there is a 50% off code with that. So it takes it down to about $2 something. I'm not exactly sure the direct figure, but it's everything in a growth tier plus a one-on-one coaching call and also a call with me to actually help you create your business plan. So that way you guys can start moving forward with your business and have a clear vision on what it is that you're looking to achieve. Also an exclusive business planning workbook and priority support and private instructor access for 3 months. So that means that if you guys get stuck, if you have a question or something like that, you have direct access to me for 3 months. We can talk, we can chat it out. If you need a quick Zoom for support, I'm here. So that is what this offers. All right. So that is the class. I'm not sure if the mods dropped it in the chat, but if you guys could, that would be great. And I thank you and appreciate you. All right. All right, go ahead. Open this back up. All right. So the next steps. Like I said, the formal series will be kicking off on Saturday at 1 p.m. And I'm super excited to work with you guys and help you guys as you develop through your business journey. Also, there is a free bonus tonight. So I got to give the love back. You guys spending time with me. I got to give back to y'all. So I put together a business launch checklist. Okay, so this checklist, it is built to assist you in understanding the phases of business and exactly how to start getting your business off the ground and get it moving in a direction that you're aiming to go. So now, if you guys had any questions, I'm going to go ahead and stop the share. I'm all yours. All right, I'm just checking the chat right this second. But if you guys have any questions, definitely let me know. Raise your hand. That's perfectly fine. Okay. How does a DBA work? Michelle, what a DBA? Could you, if you wouldn't mind hopping on the mic, could you explain that, please? What in particular? I'm not sure if she's still here. All right. All right. So, you guys good? Any questions for me?
I have one.
Sure. Go ahead, Chris.
Okay, so you were talking in the beginning about an LLC and a what was it, honey?
S corp.
S corp. Okay, and then the ID number.
Oh, the EIN.
Yeah, DIN. So what basically is the difference? Because some people might not know. What basically is the difference between the two? So, like,
Okay.
go ahead.
Okay. Oh, doing business as. Okay, Steph. So my brain is reeling right this second. So just to give a little back, an EIN, acts as your business's, think of it as your business's personal social security number. So this is the number that you use to file your taxes with underneath your for your company. And Kimberly, please feel free to correct me if you want to add anything to it. But that is your EIN.
You're correct.
Thank you. Your LLC, that is your limited liability company, I believe it is. And what that does is basically remove you, the person, as being responsible for the debt. So if you accrue anything, all the assets and revenue and all of that stuff, it is filtered away from your personal assets and into your company as it should be. Because I will tell you one thing, you do not want to have your personal and your business funds mixed. You want to make sure that you keep them separate. And one of the main reasons is if you do get audited, everything is where it's supposed to be, and you are actually acting as an LLC and not cross mixing your funds.
Okay.
Okay.
And okay, now on that note, one more question, please. What? So you should have. I have a separate bank account for my business.
Mhm.
Okay. How much do you need to have a certain amount of money in that separate bank account at all times? Or is it okay, like, if it's like $5? Like, is there like a like a
Like
set
a
number?
set number.
Yeah.
I will sit there and tell you, to my knowledge, it's no.
Okay.
But it depends on what type of account you actually have for your business. So that can vary per the account type that you have your funds going to.
Okay, good. Okay. Because I was just curious because, you were talking about LLC and I was like, and all the, so I just wanted to make sure. Thank you for answering. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Stephanie mentioned doing business as. So Stephanie, would that mean that you have some type of corporation already, like a S corp or something already, for you to be doing business as? Because usually when you do that, it's kind of like a roll up. So if you could either hop on the mic or let me know in the chat, I could further discuss that. Can you give us more insight into the average cost of consulting attorneys and accountants? So I know that can vary state by state in regards to legal advice. One actual resource that I use is Legal Shield. So I will actually drop them in the chat. And I know when I set up my S Corp with them, and this was a couple years back, it ran me close to 350. And they pretty much took care of all the paperwork because I'm the type of person, listen, I'm anal retentive and I just want to make sure that my I's are dotted, T's are crossed. And I know I'm gonna need somebody else to do it. I know what my ministry is and all the legalities. That's not my ministry. So I will definitely say to you guys, Legal Shield is a very helpful resource. They do have business accounts. You can check them out, see if this is something that you can utilize. I have utilized them in the past for multiple things, and they have been excellent. So I definitely recommend them. But yeah, I'm not sure what that particular cost is. It can vary from state to state. Some may be a little bit more, some may be a little bit less, depending on the qualifications that you need to go under. But starting number, I can safely say around 300 easily, give or take. All right. Okay. And I have a DBA. I'm a hairstylist, but I want to get an LLC and add my DBA into my LLC. Oh, okay. Okay. So with that, Michelle, I would definitely consult someone in regards to that because that's starting growth and, like I said, the legalities and things like that. I will direct you to the person, to a resource, but I'm not 100% sure. Because I do know underneath an S Corp, you can also do it, you can do a DBA, but I'm not sure with an LLC. So that's why I was asking that question. All right, awesome. Any other questions? Yes, you can. I have an LLC entity. Thank you, Ella. See, I know my lane. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. That's why I love this community. It's gems everywhere. Learn something new myself. All right. Anyone else? And Dean, I know you asked me where did I get my meeting timer from? Don't think I didn't see that. So yeah, it's actually a setting in Zoom. Okay. And it's underneath the timer app. So you can do meeting duration, so how long you've been running, or you could do time remaining, which is the from the set time that you set your appointment at. And when you run out of time, it turns yellow. just a heads up. All right, I knew I wanted to grow, so that's where I chose it. Awesome. 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 All right, you guys. Well, I thank you for joining me tonight. If there are no further questions, I hope this does help in giving a little bit of clarity of how the foundation of your business should begin, especially when you want to start thinking about it in a bigger perspective. All right. So awesome. I'm glad this helped. And I will holler at you guys later. Bye.
Good night, everyone.